No more comedy. We here to rap now. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there's did you ever had SoundCloud dreams or anything? You ever posted anything on SoundCloud?
Man, no, not at all. Nothing like that for me.
Me either, bro. I used to have dreams of being a rapper though. I used to
I
be
can
one of
see
those
it. I can see it.
I used to be one of those kids on the front porch rapping in the hood.
Hey.
In Algiers. What's happening, Casa Calva? Just chilling on the front porch, smoking on a roach shit. Got a big old torch, and
Okay, all right.
and I'm trying to do the most. Man, I'm excited to have you in here today. Welcome everybody to another episode of Pickles House. I'm excited for this one, bro. I got a guy here. This dude has been hitting the ground running since he came back. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody in Louisiana who hit the ground running harder. So I want y'all to give it up for my boy Jeff Vance. Hell yeah.
Hey, everybody.
What's up, my brother?
Nothing much, man. I'm glad to be here. This is fun.
Y'all, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, that like button, and share it with y'all friends. You got anything you wanna put out there to the world right now?
Just Lunchbox Comedy. Go follow the group, follow the page on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. But
Go follow Lunchbox, man. He's got amazing shows, dude. I've seen the crowds at your shows, and it's ridiculous. You know that cabin looks sweet.
it's wild.
Brandon Haynes be coming back like, yo, this is the shit.
Brandon was pretty impressed. He it's a wild thing to begin with because it's a place that's never had comedy before, and whenever we just in the early days of planning and figuring out Lunchbox Comedy, getting it somewhere that doesn't understand comedy, and then making sure that, like, we nurture it to a point to where it's like, don't shock everybody all at once.
Right.
To where they're like, oh, wait, this isn't what I saw on Netflix.
Right.
Because that's their basis of comedy.
It looks like they come ready to laugh. They come and they don't think they're comics there, right? So they come and they're ready to embrace what's about to happen. See, I try to do that on the West Bank, and a lot of people think they're comics.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Which,
Yeah.
I mean, some people are funny and stuff in their own right, chilling with their friends, but it's hard. It's hard when you got a bunch of people who go, I can do what you're doing, and they really can't. They don't know the ins and outs of it, So it's been a hard thing. So I'm trying to. I was trying to do West Bank. I did it for over a year. You know what I mean? It's a rough place to start that shit. Mark Caesar's got a good one going right now, though.
Yeah.
I actually started booking shows in Zeitgeist Theater, and hopefully this is gonna be our like second club kind of thing. That's
Right.
what me and Troy Duchesne are like pushing for.
I'll
It's
be
a
there soon, too.
it's a beautiful, yeah. I got you coming out. I got you May 26th or 27th for the marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun, man.
I'm
It's- so tell me where you from. Tell everybody where you're from.
Oh, it's a long, tricky story.
Put that mic a little closer.
A little closer. Is this better?
That's perfect.
This is better.
Yeah.
As you can see, I came from the streets.
Yeah.
Pickle. Putting things up to my face is just PTSD going on. No, I mean I'm from Gonzales, like where we do most of the Lunchbox shows, the cabin, stuff like that. Moved to Mississippi.
You were born and raised in Gonzales?
I was no.
So where you born and raised? I don't.
Puerto Rican.
I don't.
Yeah, Puerto Rican mom. So like, born in Mississippi, raised in Florida, moved to Louisiana.
So your mom came from Puerto Rico to here?
Mom, I don't know if the ICE is watching, but like,
Nah, we got like 100 people who watch.
okay, cool.
None of them are ICE.
Okay, good. Not very legal. We'll say that.
Okay.
So, I just kind of got thrown into randomness as a kid.
Yeah.
Raised on TV.
Mom's a survivor.
100% survivor.
Was your pops there?
No,
No.
not at all. So, raised by a single mom. All over the place.
Are you full Puerto Rican?
Mm-mm.
Oh, what's your dad?
We don't know.
You don't know? You never took a 23andMe?
Never took a 23andMe because I don't want to see them results. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
I feel you, dude. Look, I'm Italian. My dad's like 100% Sicilian. You know what I
Okay.
mean? And we go by old school percentages. You know what I mean? Like those old, oh, my mom was German and like Dutch, and my dad's 100% Italian. So that makes me like 50% Sicilian
Yeah.
and part German and part Dutch, you know. And that's the way we go. So if I go get a 23andMe and it tells me something else, I'm gonna be like, "You piece of shit. This is this is not how I was raised."
It's going to throw off your descriptions
Right.
altogether.
Right. Mess up my fucking time on stage. I got to come up with new jokes.
Exactly. Like, I don't talk about the Puerto Rican stuff too much because I'm fairly white.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm just going to ride that out unless I need it. And I'm like, no. I'm a minority. I'm one of you. I'm one of you.
You should definitely do that, man. Why not? Your mom's Puerto Rican. You should put that out there. That people like hearing that type of stuff.
I mean,
You know?
they figure it out.
Do
I mean,
they?
they see me up close. They're like, oh, okay. What is that?
I didn't
It's like,
figure out until you told me you had 7 kids. I was like,
That's-
holy shit, let's pray for this man. Let's keep him in the
prayers
first.
didn't work, dog. Thoughts and prayers.
How old were you when you started having kids?
Uh, like 26, 25, 26.
You weren't too young. You
No,
know,
no. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
I just landed some. I got some twins in there,
Okay.
so it was
That's
a twofer.
Yeah, my girl's got like twins in her bloodline, so if we ever, I'm afraid to get her pregnant again.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Uh,
Yeah, she wants a girl, and I'm like, I want a girl too, you know. But it's one baby right now is enough.
Yeah.
You know, and she's got 2 other kids, so we'll see. You know,
Twins is fun. Twins is fun.
Yeah. My cousin just had twins, so it's in my bloodline, dude. My cousin literally just had a boy and a girl, twins. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God, that's we got that in our bloodline. We got to be careful.
So I got twins. I got five girls, 2 boys.
Mm.
It's a lot. Yeah. So I moved all over the place, but the parts I was at, it's very comical. Like even before I wanted to do comedy,
Yeah.
it just seemed like it's a comedy thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to be an actor. We tried that out. I did
Yeah.
some movies. It was fun.
What movies you got to do?
Glory Road. It's on the Disney Plus.
Okay.
Uh,
I have Disney Plus. I'm gonna go watch that shit.
Watch it. I'm in there somewhere.
Hell yeah. Are you background?
Oh yeah.
I used to do background.
It's just extra work. There's a classroom scene of a show called Bourbon Street. You can catch
Really?
that on YouTube.
No shit.
You want to see a young Jeff like had the whole world ahead of him.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
22 years old.
Before the kids.
Bruh. The funny part is I was 22 and I was playing a student in like school
Yeah.
because obviously 5'3",
Hell
I
yeah.
fit the build. I had a jean jacket on. It was terrible. It was gross. But now I look at it and I'm like, that wasn't very gross. I was pretty attractive. What was
Hell yeah.
what went wrong?
I was not
I wasn't
too much.
ugly enough, wasn't pretty enough. I was just in the middle.
Well, you were pretty enough to have 7 kids with a lady.
Hey, you know.
Big boys are pretty, bro. Well, damn that. You know what I mean? This ain't fat no more. This is a dad bod, you know?
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
That shit's sexy in 2023. We ride it out.
Yeah, I have no choice.
Yeah.
Comedy better work because this is built for comedy.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
about it.
I take walks and shit walks and mess with like dumbbells and stuff to counteract the fatness,
Oh yeah.
stay healthy. You know, we were walking the other day. My girl and my baby's here, so we all went out for a walk, and there was a fucking goat.
I seen it. I seen the
just
goat.
You saw I put it out there. It's just a random grown ass goat. My
He's
girl's
big. He's a Billy goat, dog.
He was Billy. Billy was out there. You know, my girl's like, "Oh my God, there's a feral goat out here." I was like, "A feral goat?"
That ain't feral. That's somebody's goat.
Yeah,
dog.
it was somebody. It was the junkyard's goat.
Oh yeah.
There's a junkyard in back of my neighborhood, but they hid that goat for a while. He's never gotten out before.
Dude, I bet that's the play. Not dogs.
Yeah,
Get a junkyard. Just get something wild. Just stick it out. What ostrich?
a fucking
Just guarding a
ostrich.
junkyard. Just starts charging you, asking for seeds. Bruh.
Get a zebra. Just have a zoo back there.
I mean, with Mexico going down and all them zoos are terrible down there.
Yeah,
You can go down there and get a zebra probably.
probably so, bro. I get a giraffe.
Probably get it through customs too.
Fuck
Easy.
yeah. Fucking ride that bitch across the border. Fuck
Refugee zebra? No. I'm sure you can write that off.
Hell yeah. That's a comics pet right there.
Pickle and a zebra. I could see it.
Fuck.
Dude, that better be the album cover. I
I
better
would-
see like Pickle on top of a zebra with a big old sombrero.
Oh yeah, that would be good one day.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Give me a zebra, baby. Grim, write that down. We're getting zebras
For everybody?
for everybody. Everybody gets zebras when we get rich.
Depends on what Mexico wants to do with them. We
Yeah.
might be able to get a couple.
They might eat them.
Could be.
They might.
I'd eat a zebra. Would you eat a zebra?
Fuck yeah! If it came down to surviving, I would eat the shit out of a zebra.
I'm not talking about survival,
Just
dog.
willy nilly, just willy nilly eating zebra.
I'm talking like Joe Rogan's like, hey, Pickle, come have some zebra steak with me.
Dude, I would fuck a zebra steak up with Joe Rogan. Like I would be like, you know, where's the side sauce, Joe? Where's
There's
the
no side sauce.
we
I
don't,
just sprinkle some.
we don't get no A&1 for that zebra steak.
No, dude. It'd probably be good.
Put some make a zebra roast in the crock pot.
All right. You're getting a little
I'm a chef, dude. I can
getting
I
out
can,
there
I'll,
now. We're not
I'll
talking
figure
about
it
crock
out.
pots.
Crock pot cooking, baby.
We ain't breaking down a zebra because eventually everything tastes the same in a crock pot.
Yeah.
Eat pork, beef, zebra.
Zebra.
Anything you put in a crock pot eventually just becomes roast.
That's right. Hell yeah.
No seasoning. That's all you need.
Your little Tony Satcheries on top of that bad boy. You good to go. Tony Zebra.
Tony Zebra. That's a whole different blend. So, I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Ask me a
Pickle,
question.
so when did you get started?
Comedy?
Yeah.
2019. 2019, man. I was in a real bad place, like, and
Doing comedy?
no in life.
Oh.
I was a drug addict, bad.
Okay.
You know, it was like. Now you would think heroin would be a low point, right? No, it wasn't. It was because I was a heroin addict at one point in my life, and then I went through drug court, and I got sober for like 2 years. You know, and when I got out of drug court, our drug court in Louisiana is like the hardest drug court in the world. When I say the world, I mean the world. My drug court had judges from other countries coming in just to see how we did it. You know what I mean? It was. I think there was Australia, like Ireland, some like European countries and shit, and the judges would come watch. So I got through the court. Like people get stuck in drug court here for like 7 years on the West Bank. This is West Bank drug court, dog. It's the hardest one. I shit you not, because you're more likely to go to jail in the West Bank than anywhere in the world. Real statistic. That is real. You can look that shit up. You're more likely to go to jail.
I believe you. I believe you.
Gretna. It's fucking crazy, dog. So I got through that. They didn't realize how bad I wanted my life back. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
And
Yeah.
I got my life back, but I ended up like, you got to put your hand on that table. I got my life back, but I ended up relapsing, dude. And I went all the way back out there in that drug world, and I basically, I was living with my ex-old lady. We had a place together, and when she went to San Antonio to be with her mom, and I was on meth. She didn't know I was on meth, dog. You know what I mean? We like, for some reason I can hide shit really well, you know. And it was a bad time. I was on meth for 2 years, dude. And you know who TD Jakes is?
No.
So TD Jakes is a preacher. He's I think from West Virginia, but he preaches in Dallas now.
Okay.
You know, he's been there for years. He's a staple in the preaching world, and I love him. You know what I mean? That's my dude. I'm part of the Potter's House. I'll pay tithes and seeds to it. But one night, like my girl, like I said, she went out of town, and for some reason, I was able to string 7 days together clean. 7 days, dog. It was hard as fuck. I think it was because I have no money. You know,
That'll do it.
Yeah. But I was listening to a sermon one night at like 12:30 at night. And I got done listening to the sermon. I took my headphones out, dog, and I started crying like the truest tears of my life. And I like called out to God. I was like, I know you got something else. I'm here for something. You know what I mean? I should be
Yeah.
dead 7 times over. You know what I mean? And I was like, I know I'm here for something. I started crying the truest tears of my life, dude. And I sat down on the bed and I put my head between my legs. And in my left ear, I heard like a still small whisper that said, "Stand up." You know, literally. You know what I mean? Like,
Was it ludicrous?
it was not ludicrous.
Oh, sorry.
It's not ludicrous. Stand up. Um, nah, but I heard that and I was like, I stopped crying immediately. I said, "Stand up." All right. And I looked into New Orleans, and lo and behold, we had like a huge comedy community, a
Yeah.
underground comedy community. So it took me like, I was like 3 months in. Like I was watching the community for like 3 months before that happened. Like 3 months before I got on stage for the first time, I got
Wow.
on stage 12 Mile Limit for the first time, dude. And I mean, it was just history from there. 2019, dude.
That's awesome.
How about you? What made you start comedy?
Acting. I was doing acting, and the jobs started drying up. So when the acting jobs for Louisiana started drying up, I moved into dinner theater,
Okay.
which is like not the best, but you're waiting table in character. Still pocketing money
That's
for doing
what it
acting.
is. You wait. What kind of
Yeah.
character did you do?
Oh, I did it for like 2 years. It depended on the show.
But
Like
what-
whatever the show was, we would change characters. So
But,
like,
but give me an example.
I mean, I played the ugly girl in high school once. I had to walk around in a prom dress,
Okay.
makeup, hair, wig, everything.
Looking sexy.
Yeah. I talked with a lisp.
You
so
beating the boys off of you that night, huh?
I wasn't beating anything. Let me just go ahead and clear that up. Yeah, you just wait tables and character, and then eventually somebody in the crowd like owned a DJ company, and he's like, "You should be a DJ."
Okay.
And I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay,
Picky.
wicked, yeah, I'll do that." And I didn't. He handed me his card. I was like, "Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be a DJ." 3 months later, I was a DJ.
Oh, yeah.
And it's basically just like weddings and parties and stuff. It wasn't really the scratching and all that. So
Yeah.
like started doing that again. And in the midst of doing that, my friends who were also in dinner theater left dinner theater and went into comedy. So like they started going to, in Baton Rouge, we had the Funny Bone. We had Phil Brady's. This is 2007.
I was about to say, when y'all had a funny bone in Baton Rouge.
2007, 2008.
How long you been in the game for?
2008, 2009. Yeah, so I did dinner theater, went into the DJ stuff. Then I had friends like poking their head in stand up, and then it started kind of blowing up a little bit in Baton Rouge because of the Funny Bone. John Morgan always does shows out there, and then T. Ray
Yeah.
did shows with John Morgan.
Baton Rouge got some good shows. Got some good talent, dude.
Yeah, back then they didn't.
People got to develop.
It was a well. We did Phil Brady's. That was kind of our open mic, and then eventually the station became a thing.
Yeah.
And then their mic started running pretty good. And I think I produced my first show ever in 2008, 2009 with Howard Hall. I had him as a headliner.
Okay.
He's a monster. So, yeah, I started, and then the kids started happening, and I was like, I guess I got to go do this. And I started raising my kids, and then COVID happened. And once COVID happened, I was like, I had a chance to kind of sit back and say, like, I think I'm going to start producing again.
Yeah.
But it was like, I just wanted to do an open mic. I didn't want to produce shows with comedians. I wanted the groundlings, like, let's just do an open mic
That's your
locally.
pizza place? That's the pizza place? Because I've been to the pizza place.
No. City Slice.
Yeah.
No, we don't do them there anymore. But, like,
You don't do that show nowhere? That was a good little spot.
it was cool. I made it cool.
Yeah.
But, America wasn't ready for that.
Oh, really?
So we backed out of that, and we mainly sticking around Gonzales,
Okay.
doing shows like that. But it really became like I wanted a South 73 lunchroom said that we can do an open mic if you want to. Like
Okay.
we already pay the electric bill. You just come in because they closed at like 4. They only did like breakfast
Yeah.
and lunch. So that's where Lunchbox comes from. It's kind of
Okay.
a play on their name. And I've had 6 different comedians say different things about what Lunchbox is. So it's fun just to like hear people go, Lunchbox comedy. Yeah, it's because when he makes posters, it looks like the side of a lunchbox. That's why it's Lunchbox comedy. Another guy's like, it's Lunchbox comedy because it's like a mix of comedians, like a lunch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, sure. I wasn't that clever. So
I would have been like, it's Lunchbox comedy because we fat boys and
hey, I get that too. It's like,
we
do y'all
get it
have
in.
skinny comedians too? I was like, no. There's a couple, but
It's all fat boys.
yeah. But then it became like all our shows include food. So like we're
Okay.
at food places. Some will do like custom menus for us. So it's
Okay.
like a Lunchbox exclusive menu.
I like that.
It's pretty cool.
Y'all sell packages and stuff.
We've done we have a place called Soulshine that we was doing shows at, and it'd be 3 comedians, 3 courses. So like you can come just for the show, which is just the 3 comedians, or you can get the show and the meal, and it's like custom for that day. Like we did one on Friday the 13th.
Ooh.
So instead of like a slam burger, it's like a slash burger,
Ah.
and like Camp Crystal Lake caught trout. You know, like
Okay.
it wasn't. But just clearing that up, just in case. But yeah, so the weird thing though is like being in comedy in like 2007, 2008. That was a totally different Jeff than the one that's like doing with Lunchbox. Because now
Yeah.
I'm borderline crazy. Like
Yeah.
back then, I was just fearless.
We that's what it turns into. The stage like really brings out who you are, I feel. You know what I mean? You
100%,
get
yeah.
it really helps you develop who you are as a person. It did for me. You know, like I had to tame, I don't know about you, but I had to tame my tongue. You know, my tongue was ignorant, dude. That bitch would just say shit. You know, it was hard to figure out how to actually tell it. It took me 10 months to start really telling jokes.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like my first 10 months was just, dude, I was doing an hour's worth of stage time too. Before the pandemic, I had open mics plotted out every week. I would do an hour's worth of stage time.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it took me 10 months to start getting funny.
Hey, I mean, that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it. With us, it was pretty much we were already writing anyway because we were performing monologues. We just had to memorize a set. And this is 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
It's like we didn't really have all the podcasts and stuff, so you didn't know different formats of jokes. It was pretty much just like if you want to be a comedian, you write jokes, punchline, perform. The rule of 3, where it's like normal, crazy, things like that.
Yeah.
And you just write out 5 to 10 minutes, get up there and do it. And I look back on those 2008 shows, it's like, man, I was good, but it was like there was nothing there. It was just a dude on stage telling jokes.
Yeah.
They were getting laughs. They
Did
were
y'all
getting
get good
pops.
crowds back then?
Oh, yeah, the craziest. It was underground
Yeah.
because it's like either a name comes through, like John Morgan would come through with Theo Vaughn,
Okay.
and they do Funny Bone, and we would just kind of be sitting out there by the bar, like hanging
You
out.
got to watch Theo Vaughn in like his early years? That's fucking cool, bro.
Hung out with him.
That's
like,
awesome.
He was at
dude.
the bar.
I love Theo.
And that was pre Theo knowing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Theo too. So it's like people were announcing him like, oh, from Real World, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, he hates that.
Yeah, I bet he does, dude. My buddy was like, I remember seeing Theo on Real World. My buddy he used to watch it, and he would be like, this dude right here is from Louisiana. And I started watching, and I was like, this guy is not a good representation of Louisiana. This is horrible.
It was wild. It was wild.
But he's good now. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he had to turn into who he is too. You know?
100%.
And I get that now.
With me, I had to go through 7 kids and divorce. And like I developed like some crippling anxiety and depression, and like I was in a bad place.
Just makes your stand up better though, doesn't it?
Well, it's something.
Triggers
like-
the trauma.
Yeah. It's like somebody said the other day, it's like, you look so happy. I was like, well, good. I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I'm not, but I'm trying to.
Yeah, let me tell you, like, have you ever had depression before you ever did comedy?
Yeah.
Were you able to recognize it?
That it was depression?
Yeah.
No, I attributed it to the anxiety. I was like, maybe I'm just going through a thing, and then I'm like, it took somebody talking to me. They're going like, no, you're severely depressed.
Yeah.
Like I had psychiatrists, therapists, and stuff, and just to sit down, like, okay, so this is how I'm feeling. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, no, you need medicine.
Yeah. Yeah. See, for me, it was it's kind of I was never diagnosed with like for medicine or nothing, but I never really could recognize that I was depressed. And when I started comedy and stuff, things started piling on. And over the last couple of years, like 1 year, like my third year in comedy, bruh, I was depressed and I didn't know it. Like I became severely depressed and didn't know it, bro. Just and it was bad, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
It's not
once I
good.
realized it, I was able to start fighting back. Start taking care of myself much better, bro. And it's crazy that I think I recognized that through becoming who I am in comedy as well.
Right.
That depression it sneaks up on you. It's get you. You know what? Also, it probably would have been a lot worse. Like I said, I went through drug court, and they put me through all kind of programs, like anger managements and stuff like that. Like, and I mean, they taught me how to like control my anger and in the anger managements and stuff. And just different things. They put me through all kind of classes, and without that, I'd have probably never been able to do comedy. You know.
It's a lot, and I think uh, most of the people that are funny, deep down, they're hurt.
Yeah,
You know, we're
definitely.
wounded people make the best comedians
They
because
do.
we want that laugh so much.
Mm,
We want to feel that laugh, so we kind of feed off of other people.
right.
Like when we're on stage, we're not trying to be the funniest in the room. We just want them to laugh, so we feel appreciated.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's an oversimplification of it, but yeah, just getting that pop at the end of the night, making sure a joke works. When a joke works and you know it works, greatness. When it's a joke that does normally work and you go somewhere and it doesn't work and it falls flat,
Yeah.
I'm ready to jump into the highway.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I will
Dude.
walk out there right now.
How much traveling have you gotten to do?
Pretty much traveling between Florida and Texas.
You
Like,
ever had an out of state bomb that just fucking hit your soul so bad?
yes, I was. We've been to the same room. We went to the library on Beck.
Okay.
I was there, and I mentioned Rouse's. And
Shout
I'm
out
like,
to Compton Library on Beck.
Compton Smith, hell yeah. It's a great room.
I love it. I just
And-
did it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were doing another one out that way, too, huh? In
Uh,
Alabama?
that's tomorrow. I'm actually going to Alabama.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's it. So I was at the library, and the joke is comparing like Trader Joe's and to people that have never been to Trader Joe's. It's like it's a mom and pop that's not a real mom and pop. It just pretends to be a mom and pop.
Yeah.
Like they got employees walking around like, ugh, I don't know if we're gonna make the bills, but like they're fine.
Yeah.
And then like to compare it, like if you haven't been, it's what Kylie Jenner thinks Rouse's is. You know?
Okay.
So I said Rouse's in Florida, and they're like, And I'm like, oh, they don't know what Rouse's is. What do y'all got?
They don't know
They're
what
like,
Rouse's are?
They go Piggly Wiggly. I'm like, oh shit.
That's some West Bank shit, bro. That's West
Bruh.
Oswego. So Florida's the West Bank.
Bruh, I couldn't believe she said Piggly Wiggly, and I'm like, I don't know where y'all got a Piggly Wiggly here in Panama City Beach,
Right.
but
I didn't see one. I just went out there. I went all up and down the beach too.
I should have said Publix. Like I thought about it afterwards on the ride home. You know,
Yeah.
you got 2.5 hours. You're like, damn, I should have said Publix. It's like the one joke that didn't hit in an
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah,
And
dude.
it's like-
I in that room, same room, I had a nice room of people, bro. And I'm going in. Like we're having a great time. We're going in, and I started telling criminal stories that I have worked out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have worked out stories, but the thing is, I got so excited. I was like, y'all like my criminal stories? And I went through all my shit that I have worked out, and I was like, fuck it, let's try a new one. Did not like it, bro. They were like, oh, you got real criminal shit to talk about. I was like, yeah, so my bad, y'all. I told them a story, and they were like, what? I was like, yeah, no,
Wasn't
my
having it.
bad. That was the first. Y'all got me excited, you know. And you know what? That story didn't work out too well. So I tried to go back to jokes, and they were like not having it. I was like, look, y'all.
Oh.
I had to tell them, I was like, look, I understand I lost y'all with that. Let's go back into real jokes. You know what I mean? Let's go have some fun. I did something. I tried something. Didn't never tell nobody that story before, and
It's rough.
it was
The only way to do that and get away with it is to piggy it at the very end of the show.
yeah,
Ryan is really good at that. Ryan Rogers.
yeah,
He'll do his whole show and he's like, I got a few new jokes I want to try out, and then he'll get on stage and like, y'all want to hear some new ones?
yeah.
I mean,
I'll do that same thing. Like cause I love taking all my good jokes, throwing them up top, and I will take a brand new joke and throw that bitch at the end, but I won't tell the room. You know what I mean? Just for my building thing I do, you know, just to make sure that like, okay, if it works, it works. It doesn't, let's try it somewhere else. But I'll throw something in new at the end, and I won't tell nobody that shit was new. You know, and I love that. You could do stuff like that.
It's fun.
And get it to work. Ryan is really good at that.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, any other out of town bombings?
not really. I was on a Swedish television
Yeah.
and doing stand up, and they filmed it in Mississippi. And while they were filming it, I went in with I had a 10-minute set, like ready, and part of my set was just how absurd it is. We're filming for Swedish TV in Mississippi, so like I came in like a Hawaiian shirt and everything, and like just popped up, and I was like, I was told we were going to Sweden, and then like we had people in the audience from Sweden and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, so I was like, from Sweden, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, you flew or? Yeah. Okay.
Boy, are your arms tired, aren't they? Just you know, in Sweden, heroin's legal.
No, I didn't, Pickle.
Yeah, you can go to you can go to Sweden and go to the doctors, and they'll shoot you up and let you go on about your day.
There's states that do that in America.
Where? What states do that?
I don't remember.
I know you can go do that kind of thing in I think Canada. What's that?
There's a state over here that's like everything's legal. If you want to do that, do it. I can't remember which one, but one
I
of
think
them.
that's Portland, Oregon.
It might be. It might be Portland.
Wokest city ever. You can do whatever the fuck you want there.
Like, I don't remember when it happened, but I think about maybe a year back, maybe 2 years back. There's this state that's just like, whatever. If that's what you want to do, do it.
That's wild.
I think the idea is like, they'll kill themselves off, so we don't have to worry about it.
Well, Sweden had the idea of you let them do it and they'll get off of it. You know what I mean? Use it in the doctor's office. They come get it and they have free Medicare and shit.
Yeah.
So they're not paying for it. They just give them a dose and they let them go on about their day so they can function. You know, and then every time they come in, they give them a smaller dose.
And they wean them off.
They wean them off.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And that's why they don't have drug problems in Sweden. You know, their people are kind of like, they're good. You know, they really, and it's beautiful out there. They don't have a bunch of people fucking up the environment.
Yeah.
You know,
Those meatballs too, right?
the Swedish meatballs. Oh,
I'm down. Let's go.
I want to see some people do clog dances. Put the wooden shoes on. Is that Sweden?
Wooden shoes? Nah, bro. That's
Or Dutch. That's Dutch.
That's Florida.
That's Florida.
Crocs? Ain't that from Florida?
Crocs. That's Florida, man. Shit. That's Florida, man. Shit. Crocs.
I love Florida. That's some wild people.
They are wild, bro. They are a wild bunch. I got to go out there during spring break and do that headline show. Yeah.
Nice.
I went to a strip club, which is called The Beach.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not a real strip club. It's just the beach, you know. It's all the ass and titties. They out there jumping around.
All right. Yeah, I can't go to places like that.
No?
No.
Why, you don't like the beach?
No, I got 7 kids.
They need to go to the beach, baby.
I ain't going to wind up with 8. You know what I'm saying? I can't shake hands, dog. You know what I mean?
You shake a hand, you getting them pregnant with
Bruh,
twins, huh?
Puerto Rican dog.
Hey, Holmes.
Viva la raza.
Hey, girl.
Orale.
Let me get you a taco.
Whoa,
Let's
that's a little racist.
and then let me eat your taco.
I'm offended.
Are you? I'm about to say, where's your comic spirit?
Dude, I've seen some crazy stuff on stage. It's
What's the craziest thing you ever seen on stage?
what can I say? Of your 100 viewers, a few of them probably have seen the same person. So I'm not gonna say any names, but I was at in New Orleans doing a show, and I was in the green room. Comedian goes out on stage, starts his bit, and this is a touring comedian that's been on, like, his credits were crazy. MTV Spring Break, ESPN, all kinds of shows, NBC, the CW.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing here? He's a beautiful human too. So, like, it is a he. Goes out on stage, starts his bit, starts going okay, and then, like, he says something that loses the crowd.
Yeah.
And the minute he lost the crowd, he just lost. Because, like, I'm standing back there and I can hear everything. And then it just got quiet.
This sounds like Hi Ho Lounge.
It wasn't a hi-ho.
No, what?
No.
All right, because I know you can lose a crowd easy in Hi Ho Lounge.
Oh, dude, I did.
Once you
We'll
lose
talk
them,
about that in a minute.
Once you lose Hi Ho,
Dude, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. So it gets quiet, and you can't see anything. So I'm just sitting back there, and I'm looking at the other comics, and we're like, what's happening? And then he's just like, did y'all hear that? And he just keeps staying quiet. He's like, are there ghosts in this room? And he tried to turn the crowd. So it was like, he didn't know where he was in his bit.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, maybe if I take a big pause in the middle of this, I can win them back. Mm-hmm. And then the easy out is like, oh, sorry, y'all, I'm high as can be. You know, like, I'm so drunk right now. You know, like anything to get out of, this is why I fumbled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I just delivered 10 solid minutes of clean comedy.
Oh, shit.
You can't hang with this, dog. You know, it was wild.
Folks don't fucking know, boy. They come in from out of town. We got some killers in our town, man.
They don't get it. Like, I have agents that are like, hey, we got touring comedians that want to come through. And I'm like, and I've had some winners come from agents. Mm-hmm. And then I've had some rough comics come through from agents too. They're like, this works in the Midwest, but you're going on after Will Merrill, be ready.
Right.
You know, because I have him booked as a headliner.
Will's
and
a
I'm
beast,
like,
dude. I've had Will up in here before. I love Will.
Will's a wild
I've
one.
done shows with Will, bro. Like, yeah, Will's a killer, dude. I love Will.
Will has now it's 2 shows, 2 lunch in the history of Lunchbox. We've done well over 50 shows. Yeah. And the only times I've ever headlined, I had Will with me. So, like, I would headline Will, Nikki Coleman, Olivia Searcy.
Nikki's a beast. I love Nikki. She's Mississippi.
She's solid.
I met Nikki in the pandemic, bro, and I was like, yo, this is like one of the most solid comics that Mississippi has.
100%. We did Sweden TV together.
Yeah.
But, so that was, like, the lineup. And, like, while I'm going on to headline, I'm like, what have I done? Like, I got all these comedians going on before me. Yeah. Like, I should have went to an open mic and just started grabbing folks. Like, hey, you can be on the show. You'll make me look real good. But, yeah, it's always been Will because that's the bar for me, you know? Like,
Will's got a savage room with that silly rabbit dude. He's got a great. I go to Baton Rouge sometimes just to go to his room because it's a fucking amazing room. I love that room, bro.
It's a hot mic for sure.
It is a hot mic. If y'all ever in Baton Rouge, go to Silly Rabbit. Check out Will Merrill. That's Monday nights.
So let's talk about Hi Ho Lounge.
Let's talk about Hi Ho Lounge, bro. You go first. I got a horrible bomb story.
Mine wasn't horrible, but I was drunk. I didn't say that, but it's Stone Drunk Sober. Okay. Great show.
All right. It is a great show. I've got to do what I got to do. Stone and Lafayette. Amazing show, bro.
It's fun, so fun. I was team drunk,
Yeah.
so I was just hammering drinks, and I go out there and I say my set. It starts going good, and I was comparing like vodka. I was like, Taka vodka is the worst, and how bad it was. I was like, I'd rather drink Bourbon Street Gravy. And then they were like, oh, and then somebody up front, what is Bourbon Street Gravy? And I'm like, it's everything. It's anything that comes out of a human
Just
with
put
water
your hand in a puddle and sip it. Yeah.
in a puddle, and everybody's like, ugh. I'm like, actually, I'm changing my thoughts. I think I'd rather just drink the Taka vodka than Bourbon
Yeah.
Street Gravy. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Do you drink often before you go on stage?
It depends. It varies. Like, it's two different Jeffs. Like, if it's a small crowd, I got to have at least one or two drinks
Okay.
because my anxiety. I have three different anxieties. I have social anxiety, general anxiety, and situational anxiety.
That's amazing that you could separate them for.
I didn't do it. The doctor did it.
Or the doctor separated them because
Yeah.
I'm just anxiety. You know what I mean? I didn't.
My anxiety is so bad. I was in the doctor's office talking to the doctor, and I cut myself off. And he's like, "Why didn't you finish what you?" I was like, "Because I don't want to go to a crazy house. I don't want to be in a straitjacket." Like, because I was already in tears. I was like, "I think I've said too much."
Yeah.
He's like, "No. This is just you and
You
me."
said too much when they walked two other people in the room. That's what I fucked up in a doctor's office one time. I know.
Dude, when the panel comes in, you're like,
Yeah.
"Who are they?
Yeah.
Why does he have handcuffs?"
Yeah. We're evaluating you right now, buddy.
So, I have anxiety about people in general.
Okay.
So, like, after we leave,
Mm-hmm.
like on my way home, I'm gonna be thinking about what you're saying about me.
Oh, no.
It's just even at the grocery store, it could be
Say,
the lady behind
I
me.
love Jeff. That's what I'm gonna be saying.
Oh, thank you. I don't believe it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. So, it's that mixed in with like little trickles throughout the day. So, like, if I'm driving and someone looks at me in a car, I'm automatically assuming like, why did they look at me? What's wrong with my car? Is something happening on the side? Did I leave the gas thing open?
Yeah.
And I'll pull over and have to check my vehicle and then get back in and then get back on.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
crazy. I'm insane.
That is an anxiety.
That's a social anxiety. Situational anxiety is like sometimes when I create these scenarios with people, like in my head, it created a whole chain of events. So now this lady that saw my gas tank open, has it open, is going to take a picture of my license plate and send it to the police because unsafe driving because I got my
Oh wow.
gas tank. Yeah, I'm crazy. Trash bags or garbage bags floating in the interstate.
Okay.
I use this in my act, but like it's real. If I drive over one and I don't see where it goes, right?
It's melted to your engine now.
It's either melted to my engine, but when I get out and I don't see it melted to my engine, I'm wondering where else it is in my car.
Yeah.
Like weeks later.
Okay.
Like
That
there's
is-
this Family Dollar bag the other day on the interstate. I don't know where it went.
Let me ask you this: do you ever like play out conversations in your head before you have them?
That's what makes me a good comedian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of them.
Okay. Is that what makes us good comedians? Because I mean, like you know you have like a conversation coming up and you play that bitch out in your head every which way. Is that anxiety or is that sociopathic?
I am in no way cleared to say what that is, but like, yeah, that's anxiety.
That's anxiety. I do that.
That's anxiety. And then there's the depression part. So like, that plays into all those.
Yeah.
So it's a big circle.
Yeah.
It's toxic. But
It is a toxic. It's a toxic world we live in. You know. Hi Ho Lounge, dude. My second time. So the first time I ever did comedy was at 12 Mile Limit. I did okay. I told the story about how I got my name Pickles, right? So the second time I go to Hi Ho Lounge, I was like, I'm doing the same thing. Just bombed. Hi Ho Lounge is a different animal, you know what I mean? Like, it's the second time I'm up, and I just bombed from the beginning, and I think it's, 3 minutes sets? or 3 or 4 minute sets, something like that.
Yeah.
From the beginning to it was 3 minute sets. I remember because they were trying to get me off the stage before my 3 minutes was up. They were I figured, who Duncan was back there. You know you not you know Duncan. He used to.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Okay, Duncan, I believe was he was lighting the shit out of me. Get off stage, dude. And I was like, I know this is it because the first time I told it, 12 Mile Limits is 3 minute mic.
Hmm.
3 minutes, I used the whole 3 minutes. I go to Hi Ho and they light me, bro, getting me off, and I'm like, damn it, I'm doing my story, and I bombed the whole way through. I mean, just it was horrible. And then the next comic gets on stage and used my one punchline that I had against me, and he started his set off like that. It it got a big laugh. I was like, this is some bullshit. It was bad, bro. When you bomb in Hi Ho Lounge, it's a fucking bomb, bro. It makes you think. You know what I mean?
You feel that one.
Yeah, you feel it.
The glow from the stage. You can see a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it rough because some of them the light's so blinding you can't really see the people.
Yeah.
But at Hi-Ho, like you can see them staring directly at you.
You can.
Yeah.
And it's still a high light, you know what I mean? Like it comes down on you, so it becomes hotter. As soon as you're bombing, like it gets hot, dude. When you're bombing in high, but I learned how to do that stage. It's one of my favorite rooms now.
It's an interactive stage. It's like if you can get them in it with you, like you can pretty much win them over. And I think that's the cheat code to Stone Drunk Sober too.
Yeah, I did. I was able to do Stone Drunk Sober at Hi Ho once. I was on teams with Mary Devin Dupuis.
Okay.
And she's like a staple in the scene, dude. So
yeah,
I was like, man, if I do good, then we're almost a shoe in to win, And I did okay. I think I dropped the ball on one judge, and we were sober. We were team sober. The only one this is what I wanted to tell you. The only one I've never done was team drunk, and I don't. That's why I asked you if you drink sometimes before you go on stage because I don't drink. I don't drink at all. I don't drink. Like I drink, but it's like I can count the number of times I drink a year on one hand. You know what I mean? Like no more than 5 times a year. I would love to do Stone Drunk Sober as a drunk, like really get drunk. You're like drunk to the point where I got to take an Uber home drunk, and or get somebody to bring me. Yeah, because I think I think it would be fun. It would be a complete. I would destroy, or I would just bomb. But I think it would be fun either way.
Drinking is a weird one because it's pretty much been my only go-to for probably the past 7 years of dealing with anxiety because, again, anxiety, I was scared to take medication.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to get medicated and then put on other medicines and then put on medicines for the side effects of the other medicines.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's terrible. I come out of my house. I don't even know how. But all that, getting on stage, it was like, let me get a few drinks in me so I'm a little looser.
Yeah.
Because that's all I had. Because if it's a small crowd, I'm spinning wheels. Like if it's a big crowd, like like at the Cabin, that's why it's my favorite venue because I have 150 people just out there. And
I was wondering how many. I've seen the pictures. I was wondering how much that place holds.
I think 150 is the most we've done.
Nice, that's a good.
But
room.
it's solid. The more people, the better.
Mm-hmm.
There's one occasion where it started raining outside.
Yeah.
But we have a backup. We have a schoolhouse that holds the same amount of people. And I'm like, okay, do you guys want to go inside? We can move this into the schoolhouse and do the comedy in there. We can stay out here where it's raining. They're like, stay out where it's raining. Animals, dude. And I'm like, hell yeah, line up some shots. So while they were switching everything over, I was taking shots with the crowd. Okay. I got smashed. And it's probably one of the best sets I've done there. Because it was just like, I was so loose. Yeah. I was just ripping on the people in the front, playing with people in the back, talking about the rain. Yeah. It was stupid.
Have you ever done any other drugs and went on stage? Like mushrooms or anything?
No. I mean, I got edibles and stuff. I do edibles. But like, I don't smoke. So like tobacco smoke and everything just like hurt my throat. So I don't even smoke weed. So it's
you don't
like
smoke weed. I was gonna ask you if you got a 420 show.
I eat it, and we do got a 420 show.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's mostly edibles for me though.
Okay.
Like, I'll tear up some edibles. I remember the first time I got high,
Yeah.
like it was gummy bears. Just some random dude giving me gummy bears.
Yeah.
And I was DJing at the time. So I'm DJing, and he's bringing up some gummy bears and stuff. I'm like, cool, cool. I'm just popping them. It didn't even dawn on me that this dude's giving me like weed gummies, and I'm just like,
You chunky man, you know.
I'm like-
we gummy bears, hell yeah.
and he's laughing. And I'm like, what? He's like, you ate 3? I'm like, yeah. And they were like 50 milligrams a piece.
Ooh.
So like, I was like,
Is this your first time ever taking edibles?
that much? Yes.
Okay.
Like 10 milligram, I'm fine.
Okay.
But like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I've never had gummy bears. This is maybe like 2012,
Okay.
something like that. So it's not like a gummy bears.
It's
Wasn't
not
really
like
a
the
thing.
day. Yeah, it's not the day and age. You had to go find edibles then.
Yeah, you you go into Colorado or something to get some edibles.
Yeah.
It wasn't like go down the street and get some gummy bears type
Right.
stuff.
You can't
So
go to
like,
the corner store then.
right,
and get
and they
edibles.
didn't taste bad. So
Yeah.
it was like usually I can taste it like immediately. I'm like, oh, okay, that's got something in it. But yeah, I just start pedaling. I'm like, all right, we're shutting this whole thing down. I start breaking all the equipment down, and while I'm breaking it down, it's like everything's slowing down. I'm like, oh, I got like a minute. So I'm just breaking stuff down. All of a sudden, I hear 50 Cent in the club. It went from doon doon to doon doon. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, here we go. So I was like, head to the car. Just passed out in the car. Wake up the next day. I'm like, oh, all right, it's time to go home.
Dude, that shit happened to me one time. I never really was big on edibles. When I was younger, I used to bring. I thought I was making edibles and giving them to kids. I would just take a fucking bunch of weed and put it in like chop it up real fine, put it in brownies, go to school in the morning, go to high school, and just start passing them out to kids. You know, that was edibles when we were younger. You know,
Yeah.
dumb shit didn't barely work. You know what I mean? But I had a fucking Rice Krispie treat. My I think it was the first year in comedy too. You know, it was one of those times where it was a Wednesday night, dude, and it was Severn Pub too. Shout out to Severn Pub. Brittany Bancroft used to run that bitch, and I fucking ate this. It was a 50 milligram Rice Krispie treat, bro. And I was like, I was killing on set. I went on stage and I'm killing. I think they gave us like 7 minutes apiece at that place. I'm not completely sure about that, but she was loose with the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm killing. Boom. Mark Caesar was in the room, and he went up before me, and he did a story about a crackhead in the neighborhood. You know, if you ever hear it, it's funny as fuck. So I'm killing. I'm going through my jokes, and that bitch hit me. Pew! And I looked around. I was like, "Oh my God, where the fuck am I?" And I was like, "I'm fucking like I'm talking to myself in my head now. I'm like, I'm doing comedy right now." And all I could remember was Mark telling the story about the crackhead in his neighborhood. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm telling a story about the crackhead in my neighborhood now." And it just bombed for like 5 minutes, bro. It was the worst crackhead story ever.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. My crackhead's name was Meagle. I got to start talking about that dude again. He was hilarious. Man, let's see before we get out of it. So you got a 420 show. Where you doing that at?
The camp.
The camp?
Yeah, it's a little spot in Gonzales. It's gonna be me, Delicia, Isaac,
Isaac's a beast.
Tyler,
Okay.
and Carissa Cropper.
I don't know if I ever met Carissa.
She was on Kevin Hart's show,
Okay.
The Heart of the City.
Heart of the City. Those
Comedy
guys
Central.
are everywhere, man. I'm about to go to Nebraska with Mo Alexander.
Oh, Mo's great.
I love Mo, dude. That's my fucking boy. You know what I mean? He loves me too. He'll bring me along places and shit.
Mhm.
It's fucking amazing to have a good guy like that in your life.
Absolutely.
Do me one more time. Tell everybody where you can be followed at.
Mostly Facebook. I'm old. We're on Instagram and Facebook. We have 2 different pages on Facebook. We have the Facebook page and we have the Facebook group. The group is usually where I post all the posters. All the comedians are on it. I got all our regulars at our shows are on that too. I think we're at like 1.5K
Nice.
people in there. So yeah, go check it out. Yeah, we'll get you out.
Anytime,
Spin
man.
Dallas soon
yeah.
too.
Let me book something with me. You got to book with me ahead of time. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
I'm like fucking everywhere, dude. I'm about to go to Michigan till like the 15th of May. You know, then I
Right.
come back. Yeah, just you got any other shows you want to put out there specifically that's coming up?
May 27th is Lunchbox Comedy Festival.
Okay.
It's the 1 year anniversary of Lunchbox Comedy, and we're gonna have 20 comedians in one day.
Congratulations, dude.
It's gonna be crazy. There's
That's
gonna be
awesome.
Boomerang is doing like an improv show. There's hot dog eating competition. There's gonna be vendors. We got somebody reading tarot cards.
No shit.
It's wild, dude.
My old lady could do that. She does that.
Hell yeah. We have Ladies of Lunchbox. It's our all ladies show, headlined by Carissa Cropper. That's going to
Okay.
be like middle of the day. And then we have Jeff and Friends. It's going to be that day as well,
All right.
hosted by me. And I'll have, I think, 10, 15 comedians popping up doing some time.
Fuck yeah, man.
Then the end of the night, we have Comedy in the Courtyard, same location. It's T. Ray Bergeron, Josh Watts. Yeah, also going to be a
Watts
crazy
is so
show.
fucking funny, dude.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe he was on. That's why I met him. I think that Stone I didn't laugh yet, bro. I
Checks
think
out.
it was him and Ken Edwards that fucking one. Ken's a monster, bro.
Ken is 100% a monster.
Ken's a fucking monster, dude. I had Morgan right on my team.
Oh, yeah, I love Morgan.
I love Morgan, bro, but I think he said something that upset the crowd that night because I fucking destroyed. I walked up there and fucking did my thing. And at the end, you know how they clap and shit? And me and Morgan stepped up, and they were like barely clapping. I was like, the fuck are y'all doing? And it was like, it wasn't you. They literally screamed out, it wasn't you tonight, bro. I was like,
shit.
fuck that. Y'all down bad, bro. Morgan ain't do that bad. Y'all. I was listening to the set, I think.
Right.
I was a little high.
Yeah.
But nah, I love it there, bro. Make sure y'all follow Jeff on all platforms, man. We got some good things. He's one of the producers that's doing some real good things out here, bro. I'm proud to have you in my studio today.
Absolutely.
And shout out to Grimtown Studios for having us in here today. Make sure if you guys are ever in New Orleans, every Tuesday night on Farad Street, come by. I do an open mic. We start at 8:30. We go to like 12. I give 7 minutes a person. It's an amazing time. So that's every Tuesday. Make sure you come by Farad Street. It's across from That Dog. It's called Another Bar. The bar is called Another Bar. Besides that, let's see. I'll just throw a shout out. Thank you for. Oh my gosh, I'm getting called by Michigan right now. Shout out to Alabama. I got a 420 show tomorrow. I just got it, so I wasn't able to shout out to Compton and everybody in Alabama who come out to that show. But besides that, I got April 27th at the Granary in Nebraska, you guys. I'm opening for Mo Alexander. And then the 28th, we got live at the Lincoln County Fair. Also opening for Mo Alexander in Nebraska. You guys come out for that. And another one I want to put out there is May 26th, which I have Jeff on. At Zeitgeist Theater, we're doing a May Madness comedy marathon. You know, so come out to Zeitgeist Theater. Jeff's going to be on the 26th, on May 26th and 27th. I'm going to have 20-plus comics come out each day. You know, make sure you come out to Zeitgeist, dude. It's here in Araby. It's close to here in Chalmette. And we have a good time, man. It's going to be a great fucking time. Thank you for coming in today, Jeff.
Oh, dude, yeah, thanks for
I
having me.
appreciate you, brother. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure y'all hit that subscribe. Go follow Jeff. Follow me, Pickle House 504 for all my shows, man. And y'all have a good day. Thank y'all for coming watching. Thank you. Bye-bye.